Hey everyone, I'm Case Aiken, and I want to stick with Golden Age characters this week. Many of these characters back in the day were heavily influenced by Superman, and didn't deviate as dramatically as later heroes would. So let's talk about one that had a really interesting shtick, Hourman. Hourman began as a character for DC Comics in the 1940s, and as far as I know, there have been 3 major characters to bear that name, although I'm sure there's room for plenty more over the years. I'm going to focus on the first one right now. I'll come back around to the second one at some point, and I'll do the third when I inevitably discuss DC 1 million. The first Hourman was a man named Rex Tyler, who developed a drug called Miraclo, which gave him superpowers on par with the Golden Age Superman for 1 hour per day. And by that I mean faster than a speeding bullet, able to leap a tall building in a single bound, invulnerable, more powerful than a locomotive, etc. You know, the basics. Hourman is an iconic member of the DC Golden Age roster, lacking any immediate Silver Age counterpart, an easy-to-explain gimmick, and a distinct look with his dramatic hooded outfit and mustard color scheme. Because his powers are drug-related, the character usually is set aside when comics have tried to play down substance use. The 60s saw him getting less coverage, and his successors stepped out of the limelight during the 80s war on drugs. However, because he's so iconic, he makes for a great inclusion in period pieces, such as the excellent Sandman Mystery Theater, where he was labeled the Man of the Hour. He was also prominently featured in James Robinson's amazing The Golden Age. Modern stories often deal with the drug he uses becoming addictive or having side effects. Narratively, the use of a drug that gives him short-term powers is great because you can have big action scenes, but keep the threat and narrative stakes high. Hourman Mark I is a great, funky example of Golden Age heroes. He'd make for an awesome low-budget superhero movie. DC. And I should note that since I wrote the original thread, Hourman has appeared on the CW Stargirl series. And while he definitely fits the role of a Superman analog, at least in 1 hour spurts, he's not alone from his era. So next time, we'll be continuing with Golden Age superheroes. But it's probably not one you normally would think of in this context. Hey, thanks everyone for watching. Please do the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, etc. Also check out the podcast that goes along with the series, Men of Steel. You can find us at certainpov.com or wherever you get your podcasts.